Being broke in Red Dead Redemption 2 feels like hell. Guns are overpriced, debtors are everywhere, and Arthur starts to look less like an outlaw and more like a struggling ranch intern. Chapter 1. The Emerald Ranch Method, the most reliable early-game gold mine. Every new outlaw hits that wall. Too broke to buy ammo, too guilty to rob a train. That's where Emerald Ranch comes in, quietly sitting on one of the easiest and fastest money routes in the entire game. Most players ride past it without realizing it's the early-game gold mine they've been desperate for. The secret starts at any train station. Talk to the clerk, and he'll sell you tips about stagecoaches carrying valuables. Those tips point you to specific carriages traveling near Emerald Ranch. Each one is a moving treasure chest on wheels, and your job is simple. Stop it, take it, and deliver it to the fence hidden inside Emerald Ranch. You can spot them easily on trade routes connecting Valentine, Rhodes, and Emerald Ranch. Lasso the driver, hog-tie him, or if you're in a hurry, deal with him permanently. Once the carriage is yours, drive it straight into the ranch and roll up to the fence. No need to strip it or unload anything. He'll buy the whole thing on the spot for around $25 to $40. It doesn't sound like much until you realize how fast it repeats. Each loop takes just a few minutes. No risk of getting mauled by bears like hunting, no endless waiting for perfect pelts, and no random lawmen popping up if you do it right. Stay off main roads, wear your mask, and keep witnesses out of sight. It's clean, quick, and consistent. The beauty of this method is that it scales with your nerve. The more confident you get, the faster you can chain carriages together. You can grab 3 or 4 in a row before anyone even reports a crime. When most early players are chasing $10 bounties or selling fish for pennies, you're quietly stacking hundreds with nothing but a stolen ride and an open road. By the time you've done a few runs, you'll realize the richest outlaw in the state isn't the guy robbing banks or blowing up trains. It's the one slipping through side roads at midnight, turning stolen wheels into clean cash while the world sleeps. Chapter 2. The Hidden Gold Rush. Treasure hunts worth thousands. Red Dead Redemption 2 hides entire fortunes in puzzles and half-broken maps that most people ride past without noticing. The first real jackpot is the Statue Cave puzzle. Hidden in the hills north of Ansburg, you'll find a narrow entrance carved into the rock. Inside are 7 statues circling a strange figure. Most players get stuck here, but the answer is simple. Once you notice the fingers, press the buttons on the statues showing 2, 3, 5, and 7 fingers, and a compartment opens with $1,500 in gold bars. No bounty, no risk, just clean profit for 5 minutes of curiosity. If that taste of gold gets addictive, the Poisonous Trail treasure hunt turns it into a full-time business. It begins near Cairn Lake, tucked beneath a bed in an old cabin. That map leads you through a series of landmarks, from Face Rock near Rhodes to a tree stump with a hidden note, and finally to a cave behind a waterfall near the Elysian Pool. Inside, 4 gold bars sit waiting, worth $2,000 when sold to a fence. Most players never finish it because the cave is pitch black, full of bats, and easy to get lost in, but the payout makes it one of the most rewarding early adventures in the game. These hunts are more than side quests. They turn exploration into profit. Every landmark, every odd-shaped rock becomes a clue leading you closer to independence. Once you start selling those bars in Emerald Ranch or Saint Denis, money stops being the problem. The only real challenge becomes deciding what kind of outlaw you want to be when wealth is no longer out of reach. Chapter 3. Glitches that still work. Easy money without the grind. Probably the fastest way to get rich in Red Dead Redemption 2 is by doing what Rockstar forgot to fix. A few small tricks survive every patch, and each one quietly turns Arthur into a self-made millionaire without a single robbery. The first is found in a small house east of Horseshoe Overlook, where 2 men sleep drunk in the basement. Walk in, take the $50 from the table, save the game, and reload. When you wake back up, the men and the money are there again. It takes 1.5 minutes per run, and you can pull $700 in half an hour without earning a single bounty. Turn off autosave, keep looping, and watch your satchel fill. If repetition wears you down, head for the Van Horn Mansion. Inside are 2 more drunks and another pile of cash that respawns every time you reload your save. The only rule is silence. If you wake them, they attack, and the trick dies with them. Stay quiet, take the money, save, reload, and repeat. It feels strange the first few times, but it's the fastest clean cash the game offers early on. There's also the meteorite glitch in Roanoke Valley. A small crater holds a glowing meteorite worth good money at the fence. Pick it up, ride away, come back, and it respawns as long as you never inspect the rock. Players have spent hours stacking them by the dozen and walking out with more than any bounty board could ever pay. For those who prefer something darker, Old Trail Rise hides loot that works the same way. Take what's in the basement, save, reload, and return to find it restocked. It's predictable, effortless, and repeatable forever. Each of these glitches feels like a rebellion. Chapter 4. The Derailed Train Cache. 2 gold bars hidden in plain sight. Just south of Couture Springs, the wreck of a train lies half buried in the rocks. It looks like decoration, something the game world forgot about. But inside those shattered cars sits one of the easiest $2,000 you can find. Climb into the first carriage and turn right. There's a small chest tucked in the corner, holding a large jewelry bag, a billfold, and a coin sack worth around $30. Not bad for a warm-up. The real challenge comes next. The second carriage, the one crushed into the cliff, hides the real prize. You have to scale the rocks beside it using a rough slope. It takes a few tries, and most players fall once or twice, so save before you climb. Once you're on the ledge, jump across into the upper cart through the window. Inside are 2 gold bars worth $1,000 total. No enemies, no bounty, no witnesses. Just a broken train rewarding the player who bothered to look twice. There's something poetic about it. Every other train robbery in the game feels like chaos. Guards firing, horses dying, bounty posters multiplying. Yet here, in the middle of nowhere, the same payoff waits quietly in the wreckage. No dynamite, no dead bodies, just patience and a good jump. Chapter 5. Crime Pays. The Secret Saint Denis Gunsmith Robbery. In the heart of Saint Denis sits a gun shop that looks like every other, but behind its walls hides one of the game's most secret side crimes. The gunsmith runs an underground poker ring, and if you handle it right, it becomes one of the most interesting stealth robberies in Red Dead Redemption 2. Walk into the shop and interact with the back door. Arthur can knock, but the man guarding it won't let you through. Save your game first, then confront the guard quietly. A simple threat gets him talking. He admits there's a poker game upstairs and points you to it before trying to act brave again. Deal with him quickly and silently, then head up to the 3rd floor. A second guard waits outside the poker room. He has to go down fast before he fires a shot. Once the room is clear, interrogate the players. One of them eventually breaks and admits there's more money in a safe nearby. Open it and collect the cash, usually around $15 to $70, plus a few valuables on the table. The job ends there. No bounty, no chaos in the streets, just a payday in the city that pretends to be civilized. It is less about profit and more about the thrill of uncovering something hidden right in the middle of all the law and order. Saint Denis has rules, but Arthur always finds the cracks between them, and sometimes those cracks are filled with money. Chapter 6. The Limited-Time Heist. Charles's bank robbery in Rhodes. Some robberies in Red Dead Redemption 2 are gone forever if you miss your window, and the bank job with Charles in Rhodes is one of them. It only appears during Chapter 4, and once you move past it, the chance disappears completely. Players who skip it lose one of the few heists in the game that actually goes right. It starts with Charles revealing a weakness in the Rhodes Bank wall, a section of replaced bricks behind the vault. You and the crew wait until nightfall, rig the explosives, and blow the wall apart. The noise echoes across the town, but the plan works perfectly. Inside, the vaults open one by one, stuffed with cash instead of chaos. Each drawer pays out around $200, and after splitting with the gang and donating Arthur's share to camp, the take ends up at about $137. It is not life-changing, but it is fast, clean money with minimal bloodshed. The kind of job the Vanderlyn gang always dreamed of doing, but rarely pulled off. Once the law arrives, the escape turns into a sprint through fog and gunfire. Charles handles the guards with calm precision, while Uncle finds a way to get himself shot. The mission ends before you realize how rare it is to walk away with both cash and honor intact. For one brief moment, the plan actually works, and in Red Dead Redemption 2, that almost never happens. Chapter 7. The High-Risk Illusion. Train robberies that sound better than they are. Every player dreams of robbing a train, but in Red Dead Redemption 2, the fantasy burns out fast. Passenger trains can pay a few $100s if you loot every car, but the cost of failure hits 10 times harder. One witness, one dead guard, and the bounty climbs faster than the profit. There are 2 main approaches. You can buy a ticket from Wallace Station to Riggs Station, wait for departure, then walk through the cars. Once the train starts moving, mask up, pull your weapon, and start collecting wallets. Or, you can jump onto the train from the water tower near Riggs, stop it on the bridge, and trap everyone inside. Both methods work, both look cinematic, and both usually end with a bounty worth more than the cash you collected. Cargo trains are worse, paying almost nothing while dragging lawmen from every direction. Even your horse risks dying if it brushes against the engine. Train robberies look legendary on paper, but they are punishment in disguise. When the dust clears, Emerald Ranch feels like a gold mine compared to the wreckage you leave behind. Chapter 8. The Smart Gambler. Poker, Bounties, and Honor Farming. Poker in Red Dead Redemption 2 might look like filler content until you realize how predictable the AI actually is. Fold until you pull a solid hand like a straight or full house, then push every bet. The NPCs love going all in with trash cards, and you walk away with their money. It takes patience, but a single good round can triple your stack without any bloodshed. Bounty hunting works the same way in reverse. Instead of losing honor by robbing, you gain it by bringing criminals in alive. Poster pays a decent reward and builds your reputation at the same time. Together, poker and bounties form the cleanest loop in the game. You earn money, raise your name, and for once, Arthur feels like something rare in this world. A man doing the right thing and actually getting paid for it. Chapter 9. Strategy Recap. So, the path to quick cash in Red Dead Redemption 2 follows a strange rhythm. Start small by selling stolen stagecoaches to the Emerald Ranch fence, then chase treasure maps for gold bars, using glitches only when you need a head start. Hunt down the derailed train for its hidden stash, rob the St. Denis gunsmith for a secret payday, and if you reach Chapter 4 in time, join Charles for the road's bank job before it vanishes forever. Everything else, train robberies, horse theft, random stick-ups, burns more money than it makes. The real trick is learning when to stop chasing chaos and start playing smart. Once you stack enough gold, the pressure fades. You stop scavenging, start upgrading, and the game changes tone completely.